So I was scrolling through TikTok and I saw this video.
I don't even give a fuck no more. I'm finna just get a job. Fuck it. I'm finna just go ahead and get a job.
Because you're pretty. And I know it's probably hard to hear somebody say that in this era of like Treadwives and Share a Seven, but I need y'all to have some motion outside of your looks. There are a million of pretty bitches in this world, and there's more coming. This is not the 80s where you had a one-up on everybody because you were naturally pretty and you stuck out, right? Now people have resources, and there's a slew of cosmetic procedures that you can get to look like whatever you're trying to look like. For example, if you're fat, you don't really have to be fat. You can get on Ozempic or you can get a sleeve. If you have no lips, no problem, you get some filler. If you have no ass, no problem, get a BBL. Your hairline is receding or you have no edges, get it done in Turkey or get a wig. Your teeth are fucked up, bet, get you some veneers. So I say all of this to say that there is a huge supply of beautiful women here. So please do not allow.
And I read some of the comments, and I'm going to read some of the comments here. And I feel like in this sprinkle era, we have to be honest, right? Rich people tend to marry rich people, if you look at the statistics. And men don't chase after women who have no ambition and no goals in life. This is why they always say women find their men focusing on themselves. Women find their men when they are not looking for it, when they're working on themselves, and then they come across a man who's also working on himself. That's how that happens. You can't just be sitting down, twiddling your thumbs, waiting for him to come save you. That's not how, it's not, Cinderella isn't a real story, right? I was reading some of the comments. I'm gonna post some of them here, but a lot of them even had my gas paid for. It's level of prettiness. I thought my degree was for beauty decor, and I gotta actually use it. You may put that degree to use and meet your man the same way I did. I got my nursing degree, got out there in the field, met my six-figure IT man. I wouldn't have met him sitting at home waiting for him to come, watching TV, not doing shit. Like, things don't work like that. See, and a lot of things, I'm not gonna lie to, the world doesn't owe you stuff because you're pretty. And I ran across this video right here that I love. She broke it down perfectly. It's a million pretty women. All those girls in that comment section of that video, the original video I showed you, they were fucking gorgeous. One had like light hazel eyes and a banging body, and she was single. And the other girl, she had dark skin complexion, light hazel eyes, pretty as fuck. Unfortunately, it's 1,000 pretty women, and the world doesn't owe you things because you're pretty. Because there's so many. The world doesn't owe you shit because you're pretty. It's no shade, but it's a pretty woman turning 21 every day. It's a pretty woman 20 to 25 every day. It's a pretty woman turning 26 every day, right? It's a pretty girl being born every day. Every day of the week is multiple pretty girls are being born. That's going to form into pretty women, right? I must not be who I think I am. It's levels to prettiness. All of that stuff just comes down to luck. In my opinion, I have seen women, in my opinion, who looks better than this, like, who's pretty, all of her pretty, but I've seen women who I think, like, I met a woman who dead smack looked like Rihanna. She was working at Sephora. Dead, middle New York, dead smack. Like, when I say girl could have a modeling contract, homegirl is in school to be a physical therapist, working at Sephora, living a regular life. Nothing is handed to her because she looks dead smack like Rihanna. In my opinion, it should be, but that's not how the world works. And does that make her less of a person? No. Does that make her unattractive? No. Does that make her less desirable? No. It's just not in her cards. And this is what I mean when I say social media is kind of damaging, because we're not all meant to live the same life. Unfortunately, not everybody is going to have that Ari story where you meet a G Herbo and then you live like this. Not everybody's going to have that story. It's women out there who probably look better than Ari who don't have that story, because that's not how life works. You know how many people created a website and it didn't blow up like Amazon did? How many people created a website similar to Amazon and didn't? Like, it's just not how the world works. There are a million basketball players in the hood who are better than Steph Curry. I have been to hood NBA games in the middle of New York. Can shoot from 2 blocks away, can land it. but never made it to the NBA. Does that make them any less of a basketball player? No, it just was not in their goals to make it to the NBA. They have other plans in life, and they're still worth it as a person. And I feel like a lot of y'all think just because y'all don't, you've never had your gas paid for, you never did this, you never did that, you're not worth it, or you're not pretty. Bitch, you're still pretty. You're still pretty. It's just that's not your lifestyle. And unfortunately, we live in a world where women fought for equality. We fought for equality, so now you have it. We fought for equal pay. We fought for a lot of stuff. We fought for everything. And the women who do not have to work is not going to be everybody, because we fought. 1% of the world will have this story. The Jamisha story, who met NBA Youngboy. The Ari, who met this, the Tusi, where he met a regular pretty girl. Like, it's a million of us. You can go get your ass done. You can go get your lips. You can go get a flatter stomach. You can go change your nose. It all falls down to luck and in your social circles. I follow so many women who are pretty but have low follower count. And I follow a lot of women who are okay, but they have a high follower count because they know this person, they know that person, they became a socialite, and then they met an athlete. Like it all depends on who you're around, who's your social circle, and are you a socialite? Are you brandable? It's so many things that goes into that lifestyle other than just being pretty and having your hand out. Even Young Miami had to work to get it in them circles, to get to even bag a man with Diddy money. She had to work her way up. She had to rap. She had to do a lot of shit. You don't know. And even if she did come from the bottom, you don't know who she ran across to get her there. It's just that it just may not be your story, and that is okay. You are not less than, you're not less attractive, you're not like it's meant for some women to have, and it's meant for and it's meant for less than 1% of women to have, because the average woman does not and will not live that life, and that's okay. That does not make them less of a woman. Like, we have to stop comparing our stories to women that we don't know. I don't know these women.